Welcome, everyone. We're on the Innovation Alley podcast this morning with Dave Tufane, and we're at Ramp Up Weekend at the 321 McDermott ACE Project Space location with Red River. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Mike. Hi. How are you doing today?
I'm not bad. Awake, and
that's good. Yeah, me too.
Looking forward to today. It's had a chance to go up and see the eager teams that didn't stay up all night. Mm-hmm. But people are just starting to roll in, so that's good.
Yeah, some people they really hit the nose to the grindstone there, right from the get-go. 7:00 yesterday.
Yeah. So now, tell me a little bit about yourself. Now, this is your second Ramp-Up weekend. You actually did one out in Pinawa. So what got you involved with this?
Well, so I am representing the team Connexus, and we have 4 people who are part of the team. So it's myself, Brett Swope, our CEO and founder, and then we have our CFO, Carson Milberg, and our COO, Sam Cohn. So it was us 4 who went off to Pinawa. Okay. Brett was the one who, number one, he amalgamated the team because Carson, Sam, and Brett went to high school together. They knew each other. They all went to SJR. I work with Brett at the same job.
Oh, okay.
We're both salesmen at our W & Co.
Yeah.
And so he got the team together, and then he was like, hey, guys, do you want to work on this idea with me? He was the one who came up with that Connexus, and we fiddled around with it for a couple months, started making some progress, and then he was like, hey, Northforge, this company, they're going to be hosting this big event out in Pinawa. It was the first ever in Manitoba East.
Yes.
Because the Northforge Corporation wanted to branch out to more rural Manitoba and stuff like that. So we went out there and we met up with Shane. He was the Northforge East director. Had a good time, saw the sights and went in the pitch competition and ended up getting 3rd place.
Awesome. So now, what is Connexus?
So Connexus is a service for university students that will aggregate important data and present it to them in a convenient and accessible way.
So what kind of data?
Yeah, so this is represented through an app on your phone. Okay. And the data comes in 4 parts. So it's going to be data on what socials are available, and essentially then you can enter into those socials just by scanning your tickets on your phone. Okay. Because currently it's done via paper and it's really inefficient, and people could easily sneak in. So this way it's way more secure, it's way better. Cineplex does it, so it's the same kind of idea. Second thing, scholarships. That's one of the biggest. That is, people will view the scholarships page from the university, and nothing is filtered. So you'll have things that pertain only to Indigenous people, only to people in commerce, only to single mothers or something, right? But as somebody looking at it, there's no way to filter it. So one of the services we provide is you set up a user profile with your degree, what year you're in, your name, your GPA, and what your interests are, and then it'll filter the exact scholarships that are available to you. So that's great. The third thing, also very important, is clubs. So people really want to get involved in the community on campus, especially people who come and board in residences, of which there are thousands of them. So you uproot yourself from your own home, you come to the university, you're like, oh, hey, I really want to make some friends, get involved with things I really like. Let's say you really like philosophy, chess, and badminton. Yeah. Okay? So you're going to want to get involved with those student organizations. Right now, there's only one way to do it. You have to go online. You have to go to the Student Life webpage, which is set up very lazily. The UI is clunky. There's no way to filter it. So what our app is going to do is we're going to have a registered database of all 296 some clubs at the University of Manitoba, because that's where we're going to be planning on starting. And you will be able to filter that down, and so then you can see where, if you want to join, let's say the badminton team, it'll show you who's in charge of that, where you can meet them, if they have an office or whatever, and their contact information. So you can be like, hey, I want to sign up.
Yeah. So I'm sold on the engagement. All that engagement there. So what are the big challenges that you guys are still trying to refine in the business and the model and the financing? What are the big things you're thinking about?
Well, with financing, we have 4 main revenue streams. So it's going to be licensing to university. We take 10% off the top of ticket sales, which is what currently happens for when they're sold at Answers in the central booth. We have big data auctioneering. And ad revenue, of course, targeted ads. So, for example, companies like Domino's Pizza, I know they have a deal with students. So an app that all the students are going to be using, well, undergraduate students, Domino's Pizza would be hey, that'd be a great place to advertise.
Perfect.
So that's the revenue stream. And some challenges with the business. First of all, it was defining exactly what Connexus was. There was a lot we originally wanted to put in, and I know because like Brett and I, we both talked to people at work about it, and like, you know, whenever we're on shift, we're like, hey, this is what's going on with our thing, and it's been refined a lot. So that's great. And then another challenge was like figuring out how we're actually going to get started. Getting started was a big hurdle for us, and ramp up at Pinawa was amazing because it was like we hit the nose to the grindstone. We worked nonstop for like 21 hours straight. We were zombies by the end of it, but we did so much. We went from having an idea to being like, this is the actual concept. This is exactly how we're going to execute it after the weekend. Let's get in touch with all these people and let's get going.
So talk to me about that fear. So like, you know, coming into your first ramp up weekend, you know, what you know, emotionally about how to start the business versus when you left that weekend, how did that change? Like, you know, that fear you came in with, was it justified? Was it alleviated through the mentorships and the other things going on during the weekend? How does that work?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think for the ramp up weekend, the most valuable thing, and this was something that Sam Cohn, our COO, like pointed out, regardless of if you win, that weekend is already a win. You know what I mean? Like, you have mentors there, you have office spaces, you have services, and like, we didn't make a physical product, but if you are going to be manufacturing stuff, they have like a maker lab, all this stuff you
right
can do
there.
like for free, for absolutely free. It's insane. And they were really nice about it. Like, they offered us like hospitality and everything like that, and so that was really great. But yeah, so for actually creating the app, I think our fears were alleviated in the sense that we didn't know how we were going to get off the ground. And one of the guys we talked to was Scott McCauley. He gave us some great ideas of how to exactly get started from the idea to production. And we got into contact with all the important people who were the heads of the different faculties. And we're like, hey, what do you think about this app for students and incorporating like the clubs and scholarships and the socials? Everybody gave us like a million thumbs up. And for validating our revenue, we talked to the head of marketing at Red River College, and we asked him, like, what would you pay to license a service like this? And he couldn't give us an exact figure, but he said it was, quote, not a small number. So not too bad there.
That sounds good. You could just put that on the check.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'd be perfect. And it was Scott McCauley who got us involved with the head of marketing at RRC. So perfect. We had him to thank.
So I got to know, you know, this is I'm meeting a lot of teams this morning, and you're the first one, eager. What does success out of a weekend and for your business? What does success look like to you in your mind?
Tangible development.
Okay.
I genuinely, you know, it was cool coming in third in Pinawa, but I genuinely didn't really care so much about placing. It was like, this idea I know is going to be great because I myself am a student leader. Like, I'm on the Arts Student Body Council. I'm on the executive. Students need this. Mm-hmm. People go their entire university degrees without developing that community. Some of the friends you make in university, a lot of them, can be friends for life. Exactly. I know that's exactly what happened with my parents when things were a lot smaller back then, and they know like so many people from uni. So students need it. I care about them. I wanted it developed, and it was awesome how much work we managed to get done in such a short amount of time because we had actual guidance. You know, that's a huge time saver. If you think about the opportunity cost of doing something like this, if you go in the wrong direction for like even 2 weeks of development, that's wasted time without somebody to guide you.
Yeah, excellent. So that's awesome to hear, sir. It's Dave Tufane, Connexus. And look for him Sunday night. Thank you very much for taking your time out. And,
thank you so much, Mike. It was an honor to be here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for
Take
sure.
care.
Thank you.